We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, seasonal, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meet or beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured, NCUA, equal housing opportunity.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6. I'm Maria Leaf. A federal judge dismissing the indictments against former director of the FBI, James Comey, and New York Attorney General Letitia James, finding them illegitimate because they were brought by an unqualified U.S. attorney. Comey responding on social media.
I hope they serve as an example to more and more lawyers, especially at some of the big firms, to participate in protecting our liberty, protecting the rule of law.
The Department of Justice could appeal that decision or attempt to bring the charges under a different U.S. attorney. Meanwhile, the FBI's investigation into Thomas Crook's attempted assassination of President Trump back in July found that he acted on his own accord.
The feds say Thomas Crooks showed up that day to the Trump rally in Butler, Pennsylvania at the farm grounds with a plan. He had a rifle he took from his dad's gun vault near Pittsburgh. Then he climbed right up on that rooftop, as we've seen in those videos, and opened fire into the crowd. The FBI tells Fox Digital agents did not have any prior indication that Crooks was going to try and kill President Trump that day, and they do believe he acted alone. Telling Fox their team reviewed all of his electronic devices. They say they were able to get into all of them, unlock his cell phones, his computers, 500,000 individual electronic files. They reviewed them all. They did more than 1,000 interviews, and they executed more than 10 search warrants and 100 subpoenas.
Fox's Alexis McAdams. Fairfax County Police investigating a pair of unusual deaths.
Early Monday, officers were sent to break up a fight in Merrifield and arrived to find a man who was believed to be the aggressor naked and unconscious. He was taken to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. The other person involved in the fight remained at the scene and is cooperating with the investigation. That followed a report Sunday afternoon of a man found dead buckled into a wheelchair on Gosnell Road in Tysons. Police say that man appeared to have died of natural causes. It's not clear how long he was there before his body was discovered. John Matthews on WMAL and WMAL.com.
As part of a redevelopment of what was Lake Forest Mall in Gaithersburg, a new transit center is on the way.
This is what progress looks like when government, community, and private partners come together.
Montgomery County Council member Sidney Katz, a former mayor of Gaithersburg, on what's to come. The transit center will be a hub for the future of 355 Flash Rapid Transit buses running from Bethesda Metro up to Clarksburg. Also on the grounds of the former mall, more than 1,600 residential units and 500,000 square feet of restaurants, retail, and entertainment, adds Katz.
We are honoring Lake Forest's legacy while preparing for a future that is more connected.
Scott Miller, WMAL and WMAL.com.
First Lady Melania Trump on hand as this year's Christmas tree arrived at the White House this afternoon. It's a Concolor 4 from Corson's Tree Farms, which is located about an hour outside of Grand Rapids. It's the first time since 1985 that the official Christmas tree has come from Michigan. This year's national Christmas tree lighting will take place December 4th. On Wall Street tonight, the Dow finished the day up 203 points, the S&P 500 up 102, the NASDAQ up 599. WMAL traffic and weather net.
So right now may be the perfect time for you to rethink how you pay for health care. And here's why. This time of year is decision time for a lot of people, but it's also when you can join MediShare and save even more than usual. For many families, joining MediShare means saving about $500 a month, which is a game changer for a lot of people. But what's more, MediShare members like it. We know this from member surveys. They like it a lot. It's a proven thing now. MediShare has been around for over 30 years. It's a Christian community of hundreds of thousands of people now. And here's the thing, too. If you join before November 30th and you mention the promo code SHARE, They will waive your application fee, so you save $100 right off the bat. I'll give you the number here in a second, but just call and you'll get a price within 2 minutes. Again, the deadline is November 30th, so call now. You'll save even more. Here's the number. Call 855-BIBLE-11. That's 855-BIBLE-11. 855-BIBLE-11.
At Excelis Blue Cross Blue Shield, we know healthcare works best when it works together. That's why we provide a coordinated, caring, personalized, and holistic health plan experience, ensuring that people come first. Service is simple, and our network is unmatched, period. It all comes down to connecting the dots for you and your employees, improving care, and helping manage costs for everyone. Because when everything works together, everybody benefits. Learn more at excelisforbusiness.com.
WMAL traffic from the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
In Arlington, there is still a disabled to watch out for on 395 northbound between Boundary Channel Drive and the GW Parkway, which takes up the right lane, and that has traffic jammed up from the Pentagon. Also, you will find accident activity right now in Fairfax on westbound 50 at Waples Mill Road, and that is causing some delays. And in Loudoun County, there is a crash reported now southbound on the Loudoun County Parkway between Arcola Mills Drive and Route 50. All lanes are currently blocked. Now for GarageRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch and forecast.
Increasing clouds here this evening with temperatures between 41 and 46 degrees. We'll drop to about 40 to 45 degrees by morning, just a degree or two, and then a high temperature Tuesday between 51 and 62 degrees. Overcast skies and scattered showers for your Tuesday. With 7 News Chief Meteorologist Veronica Johnson in the First Alert Weather Center.
54 right now at Reagan National. I'm Maria Leaf on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app. Mark Levin.
Contact with our leader, Mark Levin.
Number 877-381-3811, 877-381-3811. Wow, there's so much to discuss this evening. But I want to start with what has to be one of the greatest scandals ever. Now, you hear this all the time. One of the greatest scandals ever. And we have Elon Musk to thank for revealing it. Just by a change in policy. Katie Pavlich, I understand, was somebody who was urging this. Urging what? Ladies and gentlemen, who are these people with all these accounts on Twitter, that is X? Who are all these people who are commenting? It turns out millions are foreigners, many from enemy countries, many from heavy Muslim countries. Or pouring in to your accounts or pouring in to your social media to make you think that they are Americans or they're Gazans or they're whatever they are, providing information and so forth and so on, which raises another question I want to delve into in a moment. These podcaster numbers. I conclude that one of the reasons Tarlsing is such an a-hole, and Fuentes, little Adolf is little Adolf, is because they require, in order to make the money they make, for eyes to come from overseas. From Qatar, Qatar, from Saudi Arabia, from Pakistan, from Afghanistan. It's incredible. So let's start at the beginning. So there's a serious question now about these podcaster numbers, where they're coming from. There's a serious question now about who's posting what accounts and who's posting what comments. And you can be a sleuth all by yourself and figure it out. And my view is let the chips fall where they may. Over at Mediocre, right? Elon Musk praised for a new feature revealing many political X accounts are foreign. A stupendous act of patriotism, people are saying, and I'm certainly one of them. Elon Musk received a wave of praise over the weekend after his developers at X rolled out a new feature showing the global location of accounts, revealing many influencers in the U.S. politics are actually based overseas. So while cybersecurity experts and general social media users have long warned of bots and foreign influence campaigns, I told you folks before that we have a lot of foreign commenters coming into our system, and I'm going to get to that in a moment on my account. Maliciously working to stir up anger, resentment, and outright hate within U.S. policies with inflammatory rhetoric online. Musk finally gave concrete proof that this is the case. Many of the accounts that have been revealed to be overseas are branded as pro-Trump MAGA accounts, are part of Nick Fuentes' gropers. That is, Nick Fuentes has groper followers, of course, in the United States. We call them Klansmen and neo-Nazis and supremacists and that sort of thing, but an enormous number overseas. Oh, he's an influencer. Fans of the new feature were also quick to point out the abundance of pro-Palestinian accounts claiming to be reporting from inside Gaza or the U.S. that were, in fact, as far away as Australia or Indonesia, and I would add Poland, Greece, the UK. Pro-Trump News Nation host, doesn't matter. Reasons Robbie Suave added, I was reflexively disinclined to believe it was all foreign accounts promoting racism and anti-Semitism under the guise of pro-Trump America First banner. That sounded too easy and similar to the now debunked idea that all the Trump content on Facebook in 2016 was actually Russian bots. But this account-based in feature actually has unmasked tons of groypers, that is, gropers, as Pakistani. That is, tons of little Adolf supporters are from Pakistan. As far as I can tell, he writes, very useful feature, and kudos to Elon Musk and the X team for implementing it. The hate is not coming from inside the house. Ladies and gentlemen, this is why my radio ratings remain incredibly strong. My TV ratings are incredibly strong. My book sell and so forth. All the analytics that are done here have never broken it down this way. And thanks to Elon Musk now, there's going to be a lot of not only breaking it down this way, but demanding that podcasters, so-called self-appointed influencers, that there be some kind of determination on where their eyes are coming from. Because I told you before, why is it that I'm always ahead of the curve, Mr. Producer? I don't like to pat myself on the head. I really don't. But these guys with the Jew hatred, they're playing to the Muslim countries. These guys with the racism, they're playing to bigots and racists. And that's what they're doing. They know that there's more Islamists than Jews in the world. That's why they play footsie with Qatar, right, Qatarlson? And all the rest of them. And Iran. We were all scratching our head. Now we know. This is where a lot of their eyes come from. This is where a lot of their money comes from, based on accumulation of how many viewers do they have? X does place a disclaimer of sorts next to the location information noted in the country or region that an account is based can be impacted by recent travel or temporary relocation. However, that can be determined too, if it just keeps coming and coming and coming from the same place. Left-leaning pundit Micah Irfan shared screenshots of several hard right accounts, including accounts affiliated with Fuentes, that were revealed to be in countries like Pakistan and Thailand, and commented, "This is total Armageddon for the online right," he says. "It's looking like half of their large accounts were foreigners posing as Americans all along." See, he politicizes it. That's not the way I see it. I see what he sees, but it's different. Fuentes is a paper tiger. He's an empty suit. He's wearing a sweatshirt now that I mocked him for wearing that funeral suit all the time, Mr. Producer. He's a concoction. He's a fake. He's a fraud. Same with Carlson. Same with Carlson. It's looking like half of the large accounts, he writes, were foreigners posing as Americans all along. The Dispatch's Jonah Goldberg shared several accounts being unmasked over the weekend and asked, "The country of origin features progress, and I applaud it. So do I. And let the chips fall where they may." Ethan Fishberger says, "Here's a thread of prominent accounts that have been subverting the U.S. by flooding Twitter with anti-American, anti-Israel, demoralizing or Marxist content aimed specifically at Americans. Several of them pose as Americans, but now the jig is up, and they're listing where they're from." Wow. Isn't that incredible? The attack on AIPAC. And I have no association with AIPAC, the American Israeli Political Action Committee, which promotes the alliance between the two countries. There's been a sudden, brutal, vicious attack, and you've heard it from little Adolf, and you've heard it from Carlson, but a lot of that's coming from overseas foreign influence. Writes Paul Brown, the attackers, like Counter AIPAC, are actually foreign influencers based in Egypt. Then another, thank you, Elon Musk, for exposing those accounts run from Qatar, Turkey, the Houthi militia in Yemen, pushing anti-Semitism, attacking civilization, glorifying the Muslim Brotherhood terrorism from the 7th of October massacre to the Satan Army genocide of 2 million Christians. Wow. So these people who you think are big shots, I've never thought they're big shots. Little Adolf Fuentes, if that is his name. Half or more of his people, quote unquote, from overseas. That's the implication by one of those who's analyzing this. I think all these podcasters have to come clean. All the ones that sound like, what are they doing? Does this make sense? Carlson? He sounds dumber by the day. The bigger racist, bigot, anti-Semite by the minute. Is there some association with Qatar? Doesn't even have to be financial. Where's he getting most of his eyes? Now, when they get eyes, these are considered hits or whatever, your followers. That's how they make their money. That's how they get their advertising. Look at all the eyes we have on this podcast here, this video here. It's unbelievable how we have 20 million. Oh, 20 million. Where are they from? So those who do the analytics for podcasters really need to step up like Elon Musk did and tell us where these people are from. Where they're from, because this is influencing the minds of our young people. It's influencing our politics. It's influencing our discussion. Yours truly, you, Mr. and Mrs. America, I have not changed one scintilla of my principles, my values, my belief systems. And this is why I come under this horrendous, vile attack. And now you know why. Now, that's not to say there aren't homegrown Klansmen and neo-Nazis, and so of course there are. But so much of what's pouring into this country is pouring in from the Islamists, from the Marxists, from Arab countries, from Muslim countries, or from nut jobs in Europe and Central and South America. And they're organized, and they're exploiting us as a country. That's what they're doing. Elon Musk, if this is the only thing you do with the rest of your life, you are a great patriot. A great patriot. Now let's see if all the others will stand up. Zuckerberg. Let's see if the so-called podcast platforming companies will step up and tell us where all these eyes are coming from. Look at this, Joe Rogan. Look at this. Tucker Carlson. Wow, he's now in the top 3. If they're slamming Jews, if they're platforming little Adolf, he rises in the podcast numbers. You go, what the hell's going on here? Well, now we know what the hell's going on here. To repeat this Mediaite piece, many of the accounts that have been revealed to be overseas are branded as pro-Trump MAGA accounts or part of Nick Fuentes' Groypers. Little Nick is a fraud. He's getting rich being the little bastard that he is. Oh, he is. I would say the same with the Catarlsons of the world. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin. News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
On 95 southbound in the express lanes between Fairfax County Parkway and Norton, there is a disabled right lane causing delays from Backcliff Road. Main lanes are slow southbound from the Beltway to 123 in Woodbridge, and more delays from Dumfries in towards Quantico, and northbound slowing from Garrisonville and Quiet towards Dumfries and Woodbridge. Earlier disabled on 395 northbound between Boundary Channel and the GW Parkway clear. Traffic still slow from the Pentagon and south and the Southern Washington Boulevard heading towards the Beltway. And in Loudoun County, there is an accident that has the southbound Loudoun County Parkway closed between Arcola Mills Drive and Route 50. Now for GarageBreakRepair.com, the WMAL Storm 17 forecast.
Cloudy tonight, lows in the 40s. Showers tomorrow, highs in the mid-50s.
Thinking about continuing your education? Start with AEPP. We make it easy to find adult education programs that fit your life. Whether it's preparing for your GED, building your reading and writing skills, or discovering apprenticeship opportunities, our programs are always expanding to make sure you receive the personalized support, flexibility, and options that work for you and your future. Learn more today at nysed.gov/adulted. A message from the New York State Education Department.
Verbo's last-minute deals make chasing fresh mountain powder incredibly easy. With thousands of homes close to the slopes, you can get Epic Pow, Freshies, First Tracks, and more. Find last-minute deals with the last-minute filter on the app. Book a private vacation rental now at Verbo.com.
It's truck and SUV season at Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader. Just look at the rows of trucks and the rows of SUVs ready for winter, like a Ford F-150 XLT, yours for just $37,999. How about a 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander, just $20,999? Or a beautiful Chevy Truck Z71, yours for $26,999. Rows of trucks and rows of SUVs during truck and SUV season at the veteran-owned Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader in out of Washington Street, or online at widgetautosales.com.
Heavy industry has some heavy-duty challenges, like reducing carbon emissions. That's where we come in. ExxonMobil is working to help industries across the globe lower emissions. We're also investing in technology to reduce carbon emissions in our own operations. It's one way we're making a hard day's work feel a little easier. Discover what our low-carbon solutions can do for your business. ExxonMobil. Let's deliver.
You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gutter protection himself, Chris Cunahan, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions and bring you a special Black Friday offer.
Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from?
Ron, are you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was.
I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/day to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/day. And now, as a special Black Friday offer, you can get a free gutter inspection, plus up to 35% off. This is our best offer of the season. Unlock it now at leaffilter.com/day. See representative for warranty details. WMAL, making sense of the news. Live from the Home Paramount Pest Control Studios. Home Paramount, the leader in pest control since 1939.
At Shriners Hospitals for Children, there are a million reasons to share love.
And I am one of them.
There are a million reasons to share love, but you only need one. To learn how you can share love, visit loveshriners.org.
There's no magic to improving your credit, but there is help, and it's free. Go to creditfairy.org. That's creditfairy.org. Brought to you by the Consumer Bankers Foundation, the Leadership Conference on Civil Rights Education Fund, and the Ad Council.
WMAL.
Guys, are you looking for a good all-around men's health partner? For anything from weight loss to testosterone support and beyond. Check out Rougiette. They have clinically backed medications and free consultations from board-certified doctors that make it easy to get a personalized treatment plan, all online. Plus, all prescriptions come from FDA-regulated pharmacies and shipped direct to your home. Stop making excuses and start making moves. Visit Rougiette.com/Levin to get 15% off your first order. That's RUGIET.com/Levin. Use our code so they know we sent you. Get 15% off your first order now at RUGIET.com/Levin. Rougiette, your personalized men's health partner.
Compounded drugs are permitted to be prescribed under federal law that are not FDA approved and do not undergo FDA safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing review. Visit the Rougiette website for full safety information.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news. WMAL.
All right. Mr. Producer did a test on the comments on my account. And it does take time to find out. Maybe the next upgrade I would respectfully suggest for Elon Musk is to put the flag of the country on the poster or the account or whatever, just to make it easier. As I say, let the chips fall where they may. But Mr. Producer found what, 35, 40% from foreign countries? About right? Because the comments I get are really pretty filthy. Christos, at this point, you might as well book a one-way ticket to Israel, fatso. Account based in Greece. Leighton Observer, yes, he figured out, I can't repeat that one, account in India. Monte Sanchez, F Israel, account in Canada. Canada's gone to hell. Gone to hell. Why waste your time going there? Daily happy stuff. It's time for Mark to go back to Israel, somewhere in North America, not in the United States. Jabba 102. Mark supports for more financial aid to Israel from the U.S., United Kingdom. Vuji. Bannon has proven to be right, Mark, once again. The Netherlands. No doubt this guy is in prison. He was a big prison following, I'm sure, Bannon, given his own experience. Quip. After hearing the way you go after Megyn Kelly, I can't help but notice that you're an unhinged sick F from Canada. In the U.S., Megyn's making supporters drop like a lead balloon, and it should. Which also raises the question about her chameleon-like behavior lately. You see, ladies and gentlemen, we've always thought here, just based on rational thinking, that something weird is going on here. They're playing to a very ugly audience. Not everybody, but many overseas. That's what they're doing. That's how they're getting their numbers. That's how they're getting their money. I'll be right back. You know, folks, Americans rely on credit cards for secure payments and seamless transactions. But consumers stand to lose it all with the Durbin-Marshall credit card mandate bill. Big government mandates favor corporate megastores and allow them to choose how your credit card is processed. They might end up using untested payment networks that could jeopardize your data security and rewards. Tell Congress to guard your card, because Americans lose when politicians choose. Visit guardyourcard.com to learn more. That's guardyourcard.com, paid for by the Electronic Payments Coalition.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free timeshare exit information kit. 800-959-3388. That's 800-959-3388.
Paid for by WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station. Making sense of the news. News Talk 105.9. News now.
WMAL News at 6:30. I'm Maria Leaf. A federal judge dismissing the indictments against James Comey and New York Attorney General Letitia James, finding them illegitimate, they say, because they were brought by an unqualified U.S. attorney. Comey responded,
"I'm innocent. I am not afraid. And I believe in an independent federal judiciary, the gift from our founders that protects us from a would-be tyrant."
The Department of Justice could appeal this decision or attempt to bring the charges under a different U.S. attorney. The Department of Transportation urging travelers to prepare ahead of a busy Thanksgiving week. This is Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy.
This week, there'll be 31 million passengers flying by air. As we look to the week, that's per the airline industry. Tomorrow will be the busiest day. There'll be 52,000 flights tomorrow as Americans board aircraft, fly across the country.
This report is sponsored by Melwood. Donate your car at melwood.org. Support people with disabilities in your community by donating your unwanted vehicle to Melwood. Donating is fast, free, and easy. Visit melwood.org or call 1-877-MELWOOD for more information.
WMAL traffic from the Petite Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Slow down traffic on 95 southbound from the Beltway heading towards 123 in Woodbridge. And in the express lane southbound between the Fairfax County Parkway and Lorton, there's a disabled on the right lane causing delays from Dak Lake Road. In Loudoun County, the southbound Loudoun County Parkway is still closed due to an accident between Arcola Mills Drive and Route 50. 66 westbound is heavy from the Beltway to 123 and from the Fairfax County Parkway towards Business 234. And in the district, watch out for an accident on Naylor Road at Southern Avenue in Southeast. And there is a crash on Irving Street east of North Capitol Street. Now for GarageRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch Sim forecast.
Increasing clouds here this evening with temperatures between 41 and 46 degrees. We'll drop to about 40 to 45 degrees by morning, just a degree or two. And then a high temperature Tuesday between 51 and 62 degrees. Overcast skies and scattered showers for your Tuesday. For 7 News, Chief Meteorologist Veronica Johnson in the First Alert Weather Center.
53 at Reagan National. I'm Maria Leaf on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Your path to adult education begins with AEPP. Whether it's preparing for your GED, building your reading and writing skills, or discovering apprenticeship opportunities, learn more today at nysed.gov/adulted. A message from the New York State Education Department.
Ever wish buying a home was as easy as clicking your heels 3 times? At Northern Credit Union, we know there's no place like home. We offer first-time buyer programs with no closing costs, VA, USDA, season, new construction, and many other loan options. If you're dreaming of home ownership, Northern will help you get into your new home in 3 clicks of your heels. Getting approved is quick and easy, and with our meet or beat rate guarantee, you know you're getting the lowest rate possible. Our team is here to help you along the yellow brick road to home ownership with honest advice, personalized service, and support every step of the way. Click your heels or just call or text, because at Northern, there's no place like home. Northern Credit Union, mortgage magic in the real world. Call or text 315-782-0155 or apply online at mynorthern.com. Federally insured, NCUA, equal housing opportunity.
Breaking news and the inside story on 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
This is the home of America's founding. Call in now, 877-381-3811.
Yal Jacoby had a lot of sleuths on the internet, some of whom are really good. He's one of them. Breaking thousands of so-called Palestinian accounts posting daily about starvation in Gaza and Israeli crimes aren't based in Gaza. And he provides the receipts here. You've been manipulated for over 2 years. And some of these accounts, ladies and gentlemen, have been used by major corporate media. The Guardian, CNN, I believe. New York Times, I know. You should go on and look. Look at what's going on. And look at the effect it's had. And Elon Musk has done really the Lord's work here. Bonchi, who writes under that pseudonym for Red State and writes very well. Well, it's almost like I was right when I said this movement is mostly astroturf. Now consider that maybe all those views, quote unquote, for certain podcasters might not be on the up and up either. And that's my view too. I don't think it is. But they can disprove me. They can prove me wrong. But we already know Mediocre wrote about the Groypers. And little Adolf Fuentes, if that is his name, not little Adolf, I gave him that name. I mean Fuentes. Claims to be Italian. Maybe he is. But I believe Fuentes, is it Fuentes? Mexican, Mr. Producer, or something of that sort? And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that unless your name is little Adolf. Then there's something really wrong with it because, you know, he's talking about the purity of the race. Problem is, his race isn't pure. Now, what's he going to do? Hey, that little hoodie on you, little boy, looks kind of stupid. Put that funeral suit back on. You've been exposed, and it's not very pretty. Not very pretty. You and your gropers. You and your gropers. And your buddy Guitars. Oh, yeah. I'm sure more will come out. In any event, Bonchi from Red State writes, consider that maybe all those views for certain podcasters might not be on the up and up either. A lot of the big groper accounts aren't even in America. Ooh. Wow. And these guys are just starting to dig in, Mr. Producer. They're just starting to dig in. And this is a massive scandal that Elon Musk has helped to unravel on his own site. But it spills into the podcaster world, the so-called influencer world. And now this will make a lot more sense to a lot of you, that these people are, for the most part, they're hateful, they're bigots, they're racist, but among the most important priorities for them is they're grifters. They're grifters, in my view. Owens, complete psycho. Catarlson, psycho. Bannon, bloated psycho. You've got Megyn Kelly. She's moved over to psycho land, in my humble opinion. She freaks out very easily. I've said she should get some help. I say it as a serious person saying a serious thing. I'm not trying to be rude in any respect. But her mood swings are just very bizarre to me. But that's a whole nother story for another day. This is a big deal. That so many of you are being conned and have been conned in the media. You've got these sites that say, here are the biggest podcasters. So they get crazier and crazier and crazier. And it's not because Americans are getting crazier and crazier and crazier, although we're importing a lot of really crazy people. I'm talking about Mr. and Mrs. America, you. And then these guys claim they're the real MAGA. They're real America first. Trump doesn't know what he's doing. Follow us. And by the way, the politicians who follow this, you're going to be doomed. Doomed. You're not going to be senators and congressmen. You're not going to be presidents and vice presidents. You're doomed. And you should be doomed. Just telling you the truth. There's a gentleman by the name of Frank McCormick. He's a conservative. He posts. And he responds to this real POS, this guy, Dave Smith, this phony comedian who thinks he's some kind of a scholar. He's not a scholar. He's a halfwit. Not even a halfwit. He's a nitwit. You want to debate me? Oh, go shove it up your you-know-what. How do you debate with bigots and anti-Semites? What, debate what? My right to exist? No, I don't think I'm going to debate that, you punk. So he's attacking, let's see, which congressman is it here? Which one is it, Miss? Oh, Dan Crenshaw. The gropers, the Qataralites, the bloated Bannon types, they really hate this guy, Dan Crenshaw. I don't know why. He's a real military hero. He served the country. He's lost sight in one eye. He's losing sight in the other eye. You don't have to agree with him on everything. Why are you trying to destroy the man? So this guy, Dave Smith, who's never done a damn thing for our country. Zero. But he's happy to promote Candace Owens. He's such a crackpot. He appears on Carlson. This guy Joe Rogan gets away with this stuff too. I'm just being honest with you. Don't touch him. He's so big. Touch whomever I want. The hand of truth knows no limits. And they platform this piece of crap. Why? Because he's a piece of crap. That's why. And they like to platform pieces of crap because they get more what? Eyes. Eyes. So he attacks Dan Crenshaw. Crenshaw said, I waste time addressing you because unfortunately you have enough people who buy into your nonsense. Maybe you're funnier than I thought. And he was talking about what this jerk was doing in terms of, I believe it was Owens. Owens. Even the kooks think she's a kook. Did you notice that, Mr. Producer? Even the kooks said, she's way over there. I'm only over here. I'm not going where she is. I'm a kook enough. I'm not kooking over there. I mean, even the gropers are saying, I don't know about her. I do have a reputation. You know? We, the gropers, have a reputation as neo-Nazis, but not as, mental patients. That's a whole other story. So you deal with a whole combination of sickos here. And now we know frauds. And so this guy, Dave Smith, writes to Crenshaw, you fought in a catastrophic 20-year regime change war against the Taliban that failed and left a better armed Taliban in power. How the F did that make me or any American safer to have an opinion? Pure, retard, boomer con slop. This is this moron, this punk attacking a veteran. Attacking a veteran. All you vets out there, they hate your guts. They hate you. And this Frank McCormick, a conservative, writes, don't attack veterans for fighting the wars they were called to serve in. If this is the type of country we're becoming, we truly are in decline. No society lasts without honor for those sworn to its defense. So here's Crenshaw. He volunteers to serve the military. He goes where he's told to go. He fights. He almost loses his life. He's lost eyesight in one eye. He's got very poor eyesight in another, and he's struggling with it with operations constantly. And this lowlife crap on the bottom of my sneakers, this Dave Smith, the comic, trashes him for fighting for his country. Trashes him. So who do you think's going to follow him and cheer him on? From Afghanistan, the Taliban? Yeah. Maybe Russia? Yeah. Maybe Communist China and North Korea and Iran and Qatar? Yeah. He's a big guy, this Dave Smith. He's so smart. Nobody uses the F word like, well, maybe Megyn Kelly. But you get the point. So he's trashing Crenshaw, who served our country heroically and has battle scars for the rest of his life as he and his family have to suffer. And this nothing of a piece of crap attacks Crenshaw, and Fred McCormick, good for you, comes to his defense and says, you're attacking a man and you're trashing him for serving in battle. Mr. and Mrs. America, this isn't us. So you have these grifters who are playing to the enemy. They're playing to the enemy. They're playing to the Islamists. That's what they're doing. They're playing to the Palestinian. They're playing to the Marxists. They're playing to the anti-Americans, and then they want you to think what they're saying is real America. America first. That's right, America first. Do they sound like America first to you? Any politician who embraces this or doesn't reject it, you're going nowhere. Let me tell you that. And I'm going to make sure of it, but I don't even have to make sure of it. The American people will be repulsed by you. Absolutely. This isn't a debate within the Republican Party. This isn't a debate within MAGA. It's got nothing to do with MAGA. Does any of this sound like Donald Trump to you? No. Does any of it sound like the first president with MAGA? Reagan? No. In fact, these jerks, these other presidents, they weren't very good. This is a new day and a new time. Excuse me. Reagan got 60% of the vote, won over 500 electoral college votes. He defeated the Soviet Union without firing a bullet. Yeah, but that was then. So they all sound like Marxists now, have you noticed? The world begins with me because I'm so smart. It's a new day. Anything that came before didn't really matter. No, it's us. Sick. I'll be right back.
Mark Levin.
News Talk 105.9 WMAL, making sense of the news.
The Mega Millions jackpot is getting mega huge. Head to your favorite New York Lottery retailer and grab a ticket today for your chance at a massive win. Currently over $200 million. Good luck, New York. Please play responsibly.
¿Estás contemplando seguir tus estudios? Empieza con AEDP. Te ayudamos a encontrar programas educativos para adultos que mejor se adapten a tu rutina. Ya sea que desees prepararte para el GED, forjar habilidades de lectura y escritura o descubrir oportunidades mediante aprendizaje laboral. Obtén más información hoy en nysed.gov/adultEd. Este es un mensaje del Departamento de Educación del Estado de Nueva York.
It's truck and SUV season at Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader. Just look at the rows of trucks and the rows of SUVs ready for winter, like a Ford F-150 XLT, yours for just $37,999. How about a 2022 Mitsubishi Outlander, just $20,999? Or a beautiful Chevy truck Z71, yours for $26,999. Rows of trucks and rows of SUVs during truck and SUV season at the veteran-owned Widget Auto Sales, a used car leader in out of Washington Street, or online at widgetautosales.com.
Do you know the 3 T's of Thanksgiving? Turkey for eating, table for gathering, and touchdowns for winning. With DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL, every touchdown could bring you closer to cashing in. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use promo code HEART. That's promo code HEART. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets if your bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY at 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass-through of per-wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/audio. Limited time offer.
If you see something,
Why do you say something?
No, Wiggin. I didn't get it at the food bank. I don't go to the food bank. I went to Price Chopper. All right. And his box of cereal, giant size, was on sale. Where are we at here? Kellogg's Corn Pops. All right. So I paid $5.49 and I saved $1.50. So it's $7 for big box. The other cereal I was eating was Captain Crunch Peanut Butter Crunch. You're blind as a fucking bat. That's what I usually eat. I just bought this because of your fucking comments you made. You just fucking shove it up your ass. Wiggin. I doubt anybody wants to come up on panel right now and talk, which that's good because I bought meat. I gotta go take care of it. It's in the fridge. I bought a bunch of chicken legs and I'm gonna bake in the oven. That's what I'm gonna be eating on for the next 2-3 days. And I bought a ham. I got a great big old ham shake. Going in the oven and roast it down. Not all at once, but Thanksgiving.
For free. So go to amac.us/Levin right now. That's
$7.71. $3.19 for a gallon of milk.
Make your voice matter again. That's amac.us.
$17 for a ham shake. I got corn pop. You're not going to find something like this at a food bank.
Making sense of the news.
Might. But it's going to be an off-brand cereal. You're not going to find Kellogg's Corn Pops. Wiggin, you talk about me. You're the one that's making yourself look stupid. I don't need to make it look stupid, but I'm glad I did. I see you later. Fuck you, JC. I'll be back, bitch.
They push back harder than they push. No, I must produce. It doesn't matter.